Murder of Sandra Cantu. Sandra Renee Cantu (March 8, 2001 to March 27, 2009) was an American girl who attracted national attention at the age of 8 after she disappeared from Tracy, California, on March 27, 2009. Her body was discovered 10 days later inside a suitcase in a local irrigation pond. On April 10, police arrested a local woman, 28-year-old Melissa Huckabee, born February 23, 1981, and charged her with the kidnapping, rape, and murder of Cantu. Huckabee pleaded guilty to the kidnapping and murder of Cantu and was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole in 2010. Disappearance and body discovery. On Friday, March 27, 2009, 8-year-old Sandra Renee Cantu, who lived at Orchard Estates Mobile Home Park in Tracy, California, with her mother, grandparents and 3 older siblings, played at a friend's house after school until approximately 4 p.m., when she returned home. She later left home saying that she was going to play at another friend's house. When she did not return for dinner, she was reported missing to the local police at 7:53 p.m. Police collected footage recorded by a surveillance camera near the family home. The footage, which showed Cantu crossing the street in front of her home before moving out of frame, was played on national news stations. A search of the mobile home complex was conducted without results, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI) was called in to assist on the case. Over the course of the weekend of March 28 to 29, police dogs, equestrian teams, all-terrain vehicles and a helicopter from the California Highway Patrol were brought in to search for Cantu. A $22,000 reward was offered for information in the case. One early suspect was a local man who was witnessed kissing Cantu on the lips 2 years earlier at a local swimming pool, when she was 6. He was interviewed and cleared of any involvement. On April 6, a suitcase containing Cantu's body was found during routine draining of an irrigation pond. An autopsy established that Cantu had been beaten and sexually abused with a foreign object before being smothered, while toxicology results showed that she had ingested alprazolam. Investigation. The profile that FBI experts assigned to the case was a white male aged between 25 and 40 with a criminal history of sexual assault or child pornography. Upon finding Cantu's body, police became suspicious of a number of coincidences regarding Melissa Huckabee, a 28-year-old Sunday school teacher who also lived in the Orchard Estates Mobile Home Park and whose daughter was a friend of Cantu. On the day Cantu disappeared, Huckabee sent a text to Cantu's mother that said, "Tell the police that I had something stolen today around 4 p.m. I don't know if that makes a difference or not." The next day, during a vigil for Cantu, Huckabee approached police and FBI agents to report that she had found a note on the ground. They reported she was very agitated, crying, hyperventilating. The note read, "Cantu locked in stolen suitcase. Thrown in water on Biquette Road and Whitehall Road." Witness: Huckabee had a history of mental health problems, including borderline personality disorder, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia. Prior to the discovery of the body, Huckabee was not a prime suspect. She was interviewed on multiple occasions, but her behavior was assumed to be attention-seeking, rather than evidence of involvement. After the body was found in the suitcase Huckabee had reported stolen, investigators began taking a closer look at Huckabee's behavior. They took notice of the unusual fact that a woman who reported losing a suitcase should be the one woman out of everyone in this complex who should happen to find a note that reports that the stolen suitcase was used to hide the child's body. The police got another lead when a retired U.S. Marine and his wife notified police that they had spotted Huckabee and her SUV at the irrigation pond on their property at Biquette Road and Whitehall Road between 5:30 p.m. and 6 p.m. on March 27. They reportedly recognized Huckabee on television. The witness described her as distracted and hurried, and she told him, "I just had to pee real quick," when he saw her. Police continued to review the footage from the surveillance camera installed outside Cantu's home, which showed Cantu walking in the direction of Huckabee's residence at 3:54 p.m. on March 27. The camera had captured Huckabee's SUV driving in the opposite direction 8 minutes later. At approximately the same time, Huckabee called the trailer park manager to report that a suitcase made by the manufacturer Eddie Bauer had been stolen from her trailer. 85 minutes later, a surveillance camera located outside the parking lot of the church at which Huckabee taught Sunday school captured her driving away from the church. 30 minutes after that, she was captured returning to the church. It was during this 30-minute time frame that she was spotted at the irrigation pond. FBI agents searched the church and collected a rolling pin from the kitchen which reportedly had a bloody smudge on it as well as a bent handle, authorities said. The rolling pin tested positive for Cantu's DNA. On April 10, 2009, Huckabee was arrested and charged with the murder of Cantu. She received further charges regarding the druggings of a 7-year-old girl and a 37-year-old man. These charges were dropped as part of a plea deal in which Huckabee pleaded guilty to the first-degree murder and kidnapping of Cantu in order to avoid the death penalty. Huckabee was sentenced to life imprisonment without possibility of parole. At her sentencing, Huckabee said, "I still cannot understand why I did what I did. This is a question I will struggle with for the rest of my life." The prosecutor in the case speculated that she killed Cantu for attention. So, what's your theory on what happened? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.